1,000 gil. That is insane. So you're supposed to do this in like a specific way, and you're making like a bridge down there. You could do this the long way or the short way. We're gonna do this the short way, obviously, because I played the game before. So this is Tower 2 going clockwise. This is Tower 3. And Tower 4. And then one more tower I think we're supposed to go to. Next when we go inside. Yeah, everyone with the blue light, as you can see here. So get the ones with the blue lights. If you want to do more fights, you can do more fights and get the others. But like, I'm perfectly satisfied with my levels, so we don't really need to. It's there though if you want it. You can get this done multiple ways. This is the short way. You can get it done the long way just by winging it. But I prefer to get it done the short way. Burst shot this. Attack you. Beautiful, beautiful. Armor break him. Ow. Help him being assaulted. Dang it. I wanted Pain to get an attack before that. Oh my goodness. Calm down. Okay, you got this. Don't worry. Don't let anyone stop you. Oh, calm down. He's destroyed. Gonna have to do some healing first. So now we want to go back to Tower 3, which was counterclockwise 2 towers. Security lockout 2 if disabled, so this should be the blue light over here. Yeah, right over there. So I'm gonna actually do some high potions just to give us some healing. I think I'm gonna switch Yuna to a different job too. Oh, you're still on Heart Reborn. Did I want to give that garment grid to someone? I never gave that to you, did I, Yuna? Wow, I never. I am going insane. I never gave her that that thing. What does this do? Full cure. Not gonna lie, it seems really good. Leo's Guard. What was the one I set for you? Bum Rush? Yeah, give you Bum Rush for a bit. Let's also put you on Festivalist. Actually, you know what? Yeah, Festivalist. And we'll work on probably Songstress in a little bit. Yeah, finish off Spinner. That's fine by me. We're almost out of MP with Yuna. That should be fine though. I have never played FF13. No, I do plan to though. Oh, hey, it's you. You were a boss in FF10. Weren't you a boss in what was it? Weren't you a boss in Xanarkand? I think you were the thing with the tiles, right, in FF10? I can't recall. I think that's what you were. But yeah, I plan to play FF13. I plan the only Final Fantasy games I haven't played are main lines are FF2 and all the FF13s. I haven't played either of them. I never finished FF15. I didn't really like it, but I might give it another chance. I know I said I wouldn't probably give it another chance, but I might actually give FF15 another chance. Because I don't think that was really a game problem. I think that game might have not been for me, but I might give it another chance possibly if the time comes. But I do plan to play all the 13s at some point. I've heard things about them, but I do plan to play them regardless. Die. I think the next Final Fantasy we do after the next Tales game, whatever wins the poll, probably is going to be 6. Or 2. I do want to play FF2 this year just to say I played all the classics. I know it's going to be a classic game we do because, you know, we did, we have 12 on the channel. We have 10. And then I did the 8 Redux. And then now we're doing the 10-2 Redux. Of the new ones, the only ones I really need are 9 and all the 13s. Like, of the relatively modern ones. I consider the modern ones, I mean, not really modern, but classic is anything from 1 to 6. So I don't really have any of those on my channel. I want to start knocking those out. Fantasies in general. I kind of want to redo my FF7 playthrough because that was the first thing I streamed, and I really the audio for it for like the first like 10 to 15 videos, my commentary, not my commentary specifically was bad, but like my audio, like you cannot hear me at all. And I remember I streamed that game. That was the first game I streamed, so I was still getting used to streaming. So that's like way down the line. I'm not too worried about that, but like maybe when part 2 gets a release date, I'll replay FF7, like the original, just because I want to redo that playthrough. Because the first like 10, like the rest of it's fine. It's literally just the first like 10 or 15 videos that are like a little like the quality of them is not very good. And I don't mean like I'm not comfortable with my commentary. I mean like literally like I did not know what I was doing when it comes to like recording my audio and streaming and like getting my audio balancing done. I knew nothing. Like I think the third stream of FF7 was like when I started to get it down. The first 2 streams of it are a mess, which is why I want to redo it. But I want to replay Remake before that. I also really have to get Dirge of Cerberus done at some point, because I want to play Dirge of Cerberus before Remake 2, and I also want to Redux Remake before Remake 2. So, but we're not getting anything on Remake anytime soon, so I have time for that. I do want to do that. But FF7 replay, that can happen after Remake 2. Like, that's way down the line when I need more Final Fantasies to play. But, like, at some point, I want to redo it. Because, again, only, like, the first 10 or 15, it's a possibility. We'll see. We'll see. Is basically the best way of putting it. But, back to topic. I'm getting off tangent so much. Of the games after 6, the only ones I need to do, I'm not counting 7, because that's a possibility, and that's way down the line. I need to do 9 at some point. I did 12. I need to do 9 at some point. The 13s. I'm not going to do 11 and 14 because they're MMOs. And after that, probably 15 I'll do. So, really got to start knocking out the older Final Fantasies. And obviously, there's like spin-offs I want to do. Like, as I said, Dirge of Cerberus. I want to play the Tactics game at some point. Tactics games at some point. Hopefully, they get remasters and I could do it then. The Dissidia PSP game, Duodecim, I think it's called. I want to play that one. Revenant Wings FF12, I want to play that. So, spin-offs too, but you know, we'll work it out. I think the next Final Fantasy I do is definitely going to be, well, definitely going to be an older one, like FF1 to 6, probably 6. If not, maybe like the original or FF2. We'll see. We got 10-2 to worry about, then we got a Tales game. I'm not worried about it now. Point is, we're doing a classic one next, because I don't really have much of the ones after 6 left. Other than 9 and 13s, and possibly 15. Oh my goodness, that was a big tangent. Security system disabled. Passageway to lower sanctum now accessible. Let's get it, my dudes. Which, speaking of Tales of, I think I looked at the poll recently and Eternia got a few more votes. So far, Hearts R is still in the lead. But Eternia has like 1 less vote, so maybe I won't play Eternia. We still have till June 10th, so the poll could change. As of now, Eternia is in 2nd place. So we will see what happens. Oops. I think we should get a save sphere soon. Here I am hoping. Hey, I don't have your, I don't have water. I don't have liquid brand, that's what it's called. It took me a while to remember what the name of the water sword was. Yo, there it is, liquid steel, not liquid brand. Liquid, I was thinking of ice brand. This is the one I was thinking of. Liquid steel is the name of the water one, which I just got now. Yo, Mental Break looked awesome. I like the blue color palette of it. I just forgot I was blue. There we go. Jump that way. Oh, chest? Yo, 4 remedies. Actually, wait, there's something I want. Hang on. Can I go back? Is it too late to go back? I'm gonna actually wear a charm bangle really quick. Oh, right! You can have them wear charm bangles, it'll count. So we're gonna have, we have brother, right? So we're just gonna have him wear the charm bangle. So this eliminates random encounters. We get that a lot earlier than I thought, which is amazing. In 10, you get the no encounter ability towards the end of the game. We're like probably half-ish away through this game. I mean, that would line up because we're like, what, 44%? We'll be 45% when we're done with this. I want to go to Tower 5 again. Which one was Tower 5, though? There's a ribbon we can grab. This was Tower 3. If I go back counterclockwise, yeah, it's Tower 1. This is the last one we did, right? So Tower 3. Apparently we can get a ribbon here if we fight this 2 more times, or like a few more times. And honestly, I didn't even know about that playing the game. But a ribbon is a really good thing to have in Final Fantasy. I think it's gonna keep summoning this thing. Oh wait, what? You not? Maybe this isn't Tower 5. Maybe I was wrong. That's entirely possible. Some of the other Final Fantasies are good. They're obviously not as good as 6 is good. I remember I played 6 once and I liked it, but I haven't played it since. 6 is good. When it comes to, like, you know, 1, 3, and 5, those specifically. 4 is also good. I remember I only played that one once as well, but that one I remember liking a good deal. But 1, 3, and 5, they're fine for what they are. You know, they don't have like deep character development and stuff like that, but they're fine. I just like job systems, so it's why I love Final Fantasy. I mean, I like the characters of like the games I'm playing, like obviously like Squall and Renoa and 8. The characters of 9 are pretty good. Vivi and Garnet are standouts. Zidane a pretty good protagonist. He's not my favorite, but he's pretty good. 10 has a great cast. 10-2 is a great cast. 12 is like half good cast. So obviously that, but when it comes to Final Fantasy, unlike Tales of, I feel like when I play Final Fantasy games, I just like more of the job systems or the mechanics of them. Not to say that Tales of, I only look for the characters and story, because Tales of, I also like the gameplay. But if you were to put a gun to my head, I would say what draws me to Tales of is more the characters in the, like, the characters in the skits. When it comes to Final Fantasy, what draws me to it, characters are good sometimes, but what draws me to it is normally the gameplay mechanics. Like, I find myself really getting deeply invested with the gameplay part of Final Fantasy more than the characters. In most cases, there are a few exceptions. Like 10 is an exception to a T, and 7 Remake, because I love 7 Remake's characters and story, and I love 10's and 10-2's story and characters a lot. But when it comes to those, we're just fighting this thing, so I'm gonna keep talking. But when it comes to those are big exceptions. When it comes to games like 8 or 9, while there are a few good characters, like in 9, I really like Vivi and Garnet. They're really standout. And when it comes to 8, I love Squall and Renoa. So obviously those games have good characters, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to those games, what draws me to them is the gameplay stuff, like Junction System in FF8, or I remember liking the Trance System and the Equipment System thing was good in 9. It wasn't quite as good as Junction or Dress Spheres and stuff, but it was good. So when it comes to most, the average Final Fantasy game for me, the gameplay is what draws me to it. There are very few exceptions where all the characters are good. Like obviously 8, the other 4 characters, other than Laguna. Laguna doesn't really count because he's not like a main character. I do like Laguna a good deal in 8, but he's not like a main character, so I don't really count it as the same thing. But more times than the few exceptions, like 10 and 7 Remake, which is 10, 10, 2, and 7 Remake, which is why they're like in my top 5 games. More so than any other times, it's the gameplay that draws me to Final Fantasy. Not to say that Tales of gameplay is worse. You can't really say that. Tales of is action, and FF is turn-based, or ATB, whatever you want to call it, except for Remake. But, can't really say one's better than the other. It depends on your taste. But when I'm playing a Final Fantasy game, 9 times out of 10, the gameplay is what draws me to them. It's why I love the series so much. I just love Final Fantasy. I also love the enemy designs of FF, and I love the fan service they do and everything, and I love the callbacks. It's all really good. Like, while the story and characters can be good, some of the story and characters is great. It's just the gameplay of it that draws me even more so. Because some Final Fantasies aren't necessarily as strong in characters and story as Tales of. So, you know. It's like two sides of the same coin. Tales of and Final Fantasy, two of my favorite franchises of all time. You have Tales of, which, again, the gameplay is really fun, but the story and the characters is what draws me to those games. And with Final Fantasy, the gameplay aspect is what I look forward to the most, while the characters and story are sometimes good. Sometimes they're not as good, but they're fine, so. That's the point I was trying to get across. Basically, both franchises are very special to me, and two of my favorite things in gaming. They're two of my favorite franchises for a reason. I think we're able to get a ribbon now that we fought him. So a few more level ups on Riku. I think that did it. I can't even tell, to be honest with you. I can't tell where this ribbon is. I never gotten this before. I just saw them I got and I'm like, hey, it'd be nice to have a ribbon right now. Ribbon? If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna leave. Like, it's not super important. Would have been nice though. Yeah, let's just move on. Alright. We just did some fights for some extra levels, I guess. Oh, let me take that charm bangle off. I don't want the charm bangle. I only want it to go back. Charm bangle is going to come in handy though if we're backtracking and looking for chests. It really, really will. Actually, no. Can I take every accessory? I don't want brother to have anything. So brother, take... Can I not? Is there none? Yeah, remove. Okay. I was going insane. Did I take it off? Yeah, I was going insane for a second. Oh, we're almost 4 hours in stream. We're going to make a little bit of progress in Chapter 3. Not as much. As I was right. This Chapter 2 stuff later on takes, like, longer. Like, the Bavel portion. Chateau LeBlanc didn't take very long, but the Bavel stuff takes a minute. So, still some good progress. Chapter 2 is just longer in the, in this, departure, in this point. You know what? Wait, what? XP 0? Excuse me? How do you have XP 0? What's going on? Now Yuna is like 2 levels back. Okay, that must have been the status ailment you got. Okay. That's interesting. And also really annoying that you fell behind in levels. I'm gonna put the charm bangle back on because I have to go back for something. Actually, wait, can I make this bridge first so I don't have to come back here later? There we go. I also want to see what the other path is, but I don't want to keep getting interrupted by enemies. Favorite Final Fantasy protagonist? Squall was my favorite protagonist for a really long time. He's still really up there. Like, when I played the original FF7, I liked Cloud. Cloud is such an iconic character. He's one of my favorite characters of all time, and he has such a great design. But back then, I've always liked Cloud more for his design than his character. I liked Cloud, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna do this again because I want you to get some XP here because I'm really mad that she didn't get it before. But, I always liked Cloud, but more for his design than his character. I felt like in the original FF7, he was a good character, but he wasn't really, like, a standout protagonist by any means, especially compared to Squall. But then when the remake came out, I was like, dude, I love Cloud. They did so well with fleshing him out. And, I really liked the development he went through where he wasn't, like, He wasn't really like a jerk for no reason. He was just socially awkward, and everything he did or said was a defense mechanism, where he actually truly cared. It reminded me a lot of Aloy had this development in Forbidden West too, which is why I like her. Top 3 protagonists, straight up. Ryudo's number 1, Cloud's number 2, Aloy's number 3. Like, those are my top 3 protagonists. But yeah, Cloud is, ever since the remake, he's now like one of my favorites. Like, even more so than he was. I always liked his design, but now I just love Cloud. Squall is probably my favorite, though. Yuna is also up there, too. It's probably just Squall, Yuna, Cloud, in any order you could put them. Cloud would probably be my favorite, because I said he's in my top 3 protagonists of all time. But, Cloud, Yuna, Squall. Squall and Yuna are kind of interchangeable. I really like Yuna in this game, and I like Squall in FF8. So yeah. There's supposed to be like a chest here.